let me get up in this real quick. Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Okay, let me get up in this real quick because I got something to say on this. Talking about Pocketpair here. Listen to this. The public are kind of crazy. Palworld developer Pocketpair underline the human cost of success. And let me get up in this real quick. I'm gonna get up in. I got some stuff to explain. But anyway, let me do this. Let me do this. I'm supposed to be doing the Steam Deck news, but this is real serious. Listen to this. Says here millions of sales comparison to Pokemon and death threats. Like I said, I got something to say about this. Alright, listen to this. Says here, imagine having 32 million people play your video games. That would be like me having 32 million subscribers. Anyway, it says for most developers it would mean success beyond their wildest dreams. The stuff of fairy tales, delirium and incarnate. For Palworld developer Pocketpair, it's a heady metric that becomes reality, delivering fame and fortune, and perhaps unexpectedly. Some distinctly bad vibes, discussing the pitfalls of overnight success at GDC 2025. Palworld community manager John Buckley explained that becoming a household name in a heartbeat left the studio and its cohorts of employees open to a barrage of abuse that forced the company to go dark. It says here, shortly after Palworld was released, it was super popular to hate Palworld, say Buckley, and it wasn't just your average Twitter user jumping in. It was basically everyone. It was people on Twitter. It was people on Discord. It was some big industry names, which I'm a bit salty about. It was a lot of LinkedIn circle jerking. Hating Palworld was popular thing to do at the time of release. The reason for that is Palworld was an impressive printing machine. You just open a Twitter and said Palworld and it's 500,000 views. It says here, Buckley says people started spreading false stories about the project in a bit of piggyback of the game's success, and in some cases maliciously stirred the pot. It says here, he referenced the allegation that spread like wildfire on social media in the early days when people began claiming that Pocketpair had learned heavily on generative AI technology and even stolen character models from Pokemon developer Game Freaks. The latter says Buckley was the most serious by far, although he noted it was started by some guy on Twitter who has now deleted his post after purportedly explaining he started the rumor because he didn't like the animal cruelty in the game. All of these accusations kind of swirls into this big social media and gamer movement where you either were on one side or on the other of this fake war that was happening. Continued Buckley, because there was so much attention that meant we were getting some very not nice comments and some very scary emails. At this stage, Buckley throws up a slide that shows a number of death threats and violent messages that were sent to the studios, many of which targeted the artists working on the project. This is something that we really suffered with for a long time. This is why we went silent and why we stopped posting numbers and silly memes. We just went silent for like 3 or 4 months, thinking this would die down, and it basically did. It says Buckley apologized to attendees for showing those messages, but say it's important for people to see the realities of success in the video game industry. I think a lot of companies might have crumbled under threats. Shortly after ordeal, Nintendo helped keep the good times rolling by filing a lawsuit against Pocketpair over alleged patent infringement. Buckley described the situation, which he cannot discuss in detail, as not fun. And then it says, how did the team learn to cope with the onslaught of doom and gloom? Slowly, says Buckley, before underlining how vital it is for developers to disconnect outside of work hours. You have your work time and you have your personal time. Basically, make no compromise between the two. So on a small level, we started setting timers and auto muting apps. No Slack, no Discord, things like that. He continues. He says, this was hard, especially for our players, because myself and other persons were previously the main go-tos when speaking with Pocketpair. After Palworld, we had to shut down the communication flow because there was just so much coming in. Says the company also established internal channels to internally share positive feedbacks from both players and industry peers in a bid to boost morale and encounter the cacophony of negativity. Employees were also told to avoid being overly public facing to ensure they didn't unintentionally paint a target on their backs. It says social media is just the worst, states Buckley. No one should use social media. Buckley acknowledged building, which goes back to what I said months ago when I said you are responsible for what you post. Anyway, it says here Buckley acknowledged that building these walls mean the studio perhaps doesn't feel as personal as it once did, but says the sheer volume of negativity that some workers were facing was throwing them off kilters. We really just try to funnel the nice stuff towards them, he continues. Funneled fan art and kind of bring back some positive atmosphere into the company. Despite facing heavy criticism, Buckley says Pocketpair managed to retain all of its employees by fostering a tight-knit work culture and working diligently to protect its workforce. I think a lot of companies might have crumbled under the threats, under the pressure, under the negativity he had. He says Buckley relates the level of success experienced by Palworld isn't all bad, and says the title is still chugging along, backed by an amazing community. The other upside is clearly financial. The success of Palworld has enabled Pocketpair to establish a publishing division to support other studios throughout the industry, and the company has also formed a joint venture called Palworld Entertainment with Aniplex and Sony Music to expand the reach of the IP. Buckley, however, clearly doesn't want GDC attendees to forget the human cost of that success. Alright, that's the end of the article. Alright, let me see if I can pull this up here. What it says, here, it says, don't let work bleed into your personal time. 25 million players can wait until tomorrow you ask questions. And then it says, set boundaries. If you need me, email me. The sooner you set these boundaries, the better. Player will respect it if you establish this early. Alright, that's what's said on the little email. Alright, look. When it comes to success, no one go unscathed. If you're successful in this world, man, you're gonna face some negative. You're gonna face some negativity. You don't just go through the world being successful and then everything is all peachy creamy. No bad thing. You're gonna face some. You're gonna face some negativity. You know, some type of negative hate. From someone. You know, that's just the way the world is. You know, so if you're not mentally prepared or psychologically prepared for prepare for it, then success is not for you. No one go unscathed. I'll give you a perfect example of this. Look at LeBron James right now. From the time LeBron James came into the NBA, he's been facing negativity. But that negativity is a part of the success. So the first time they try to break up every relationship that LeBron had. The first one was with Kyrie, when they were saying that he was the closer, right? They tried to elevate Kyrie over LeBron, right? But everybody knows that LeBron is the better person, right? So anyway, so they try to create a wedge between LeBron and Kyrie, where Kyrie can go at LeBron, and they say he is the closer, and you already seen the fallback from that, right? The fallout from that, right? But LeBron loved Kyrie, right? And he loved him so that he told the Cleveland Cavaliers, "Don't trade Kyrie." That was his last words to the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Okay, so they tried to sabotage LeBron in Cleveland, right? The sports media, right? Right, meaning Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, right? Because they came up with the term the closer. Now, fast forward to 2025 now. They took it. The stakes even were raised higher now. Stephen A. Smith now tried to create a wedge between Bronny James and his father LeBron. He tried to get LeBron to take Bronny James out of the NBA. Then he tried to have Bronny James go at LeBron, right? That's one, right? But here's the dagger that people that no one never really didn't even think of this. But you heard it here first, though. Stephen A. Smith was really trying to break up LeBron James' marriage by attacking Bronny James first, since he was the weakest link. So if you get LeBron to take if you get LeBron to take Bronny James out of the league, that's one, right? And then if you have the son to go at the father, that's two, right? You create a wedge between the two, right? So guess who's got to deal with with all of that? Savannah. See, when everybody was talking about the Bronny James situation, Bronny James ain't even the real factor here. That's just the start of it. The real factor here is LeBron James' marriage. And that's what Stephen A. Smith tried to do by attacking Bronny James. Anybody that's been married for, like, say 30, 40, 50 years know what I'm talking about. That's what he really tried to do. He tried to break up the marriage. So I say that to say all this. Whenever you become successful, you're gonna face some blowback. You know, you're gonna face some blowback. Now, for the person that really started this on social media and then take down the post, well, it goes back to what I said I said months ago. I said you are responsible for what you post on social media. You are responsible for what you post. You can't just blame the machine. You can't just blame the machine Facebook, or you can't just blame the machine social media. You can't just blame the machine MySpace or Twitter or LinkedIn, or you can't blame it's the person that posts the message you got to blame. So they just use the social media machine as a shield, so the social media machine get the blame, but not the actual person that put the post. But you are responsible for what you post, you know. So if you're gonna be if you're chasing success in this world, you best be ready for the for the negativity that comes along with it. That's just a part of the package. The success is part of the, yeah, we were successful, but now you got to face the blowback, you know. So no one goes unscathed. No one goes unscathed in this world, you know, or untouched if they're successful, you know. There's always someone that's jealous and envious of you. You know, that's just the way it is. That's just how success works, you know. And Pocketpair, they probably didn't even see the success of Palworld coming, but they also wasn't prepared for the negative blowback that they were going to face, you know. They got to see now how people are divided. You got the good people versus the negative people. So they had to make some adjustments. And I'm sure it made them grow. It made them grow. It made them grow as an individual. It made them grow. But success, it has a price. You're gonna face, some type of jealousy or some type of envy. You could, you could be married. You could be in a good marriage. Somebody's trying to break that up. You could inherit a blessing, and then it's either someone is trying to do something, or you're the one trying to ruin your own blessing by doing something else, doing something to somebody else. So whenever you get successful or anything, you're gonna face some negative blowback. You're gonna face some challenges. That's just the way the world works. I mean, even if you're a baptized Christian, you're gonna face it too. You're not exempt. You're not exempt. You're gonna face some challenges, man. So that's just how the way the world works. You just have to be prepared. Be prepared for it. And sometimes you don't see blessings that are coming, and then when it happens, you're gonna face some negativity from that too. That go along with it. Someone is always jealous, or someone is always envious of you. It's just the way the world works. But what I did say about what I did say about Stephen A. Smith remains true till this day. He tried to break up LeBron James' marriage, and that's true. He tried. He tried by attacking Bronny James, because Bronny James was the weaker link in all this. That's why LeBron confronted him. So anyway, but whenever you're chasing success, man, you're gonna face some you're gonna face some jealousy. You're gonna face envy. You're gonna face hate. And you're gonna face threats. That's just the way the world works, man. So you have to be prepared for it, man. I mean, even I myself face it. So but even I myself face it, and I'm not even rich. I'm not famous. I don't make 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, 5 figures, even 4 figures. So but I face it. It's just life, man. So yeah, I mean, if I had the success let's say if I had the success that Palworld had. I made a joke about it earlier too. When they said they had see if I can get this here. See if I can get this. They said they had if I can get this. They had 32 million people. Imagine if I had 32 million subscribers. Does that make me exempt from facing negativity? No. It's just that once you get that far in life, man, you have to face it. Everybody faces it, man. No one is exempt, man. Everybody that's successful, man, is gonna face some type of jealousy and envy. It's just the world we live in. You're gonna face jealousy. You're gonna face envy. You're gonna face hate. It's just the world we live in. Just the world we live in, man. So yeah, you gotta be ready for it, man. So yeah, but it look like they're coming back to. They look like they're like gathering themselves and getting back to normal, but it's just like they probably had to change their the way they do things. They probably learned that they're, like the article said, they just learned that there's another side of the world. So yeah, they didn't see this coming. They didn't realize that Palworld was going to take off. They didn't see it coming. But when it hits, man, when that success hits, you got to be ready. So people are people will show you who they are, man. So yeah, that's the way life works, man. So good for them, man. It's just everybody faces it, you know. Now some people, when they become successful, they might turn negative too, you know. They might turn negative too. That's the other side to the success too. They might become negative too, you know. They might start doing things that's not normal, you know. Like they might start doing wrongdoings too. So that's the other side to success, and you got to be able to balance the, you know, you got to balance that, man. You know, yeah, man. So it's just part of life, man. Yeah. I mean, I even got people following me around, but I ain't rich. I ain't famous. I don't make 6 figures, 5, 7, 8. None of that. So yeah. Anyway, man, but it's just success, man. You just have to deal with it. It's the price, man. You know, success comes at when it comes, man, you have to be ready for it. You know. It's just every person. I think every person that has been successful, everybody that has gained success in the world, has faced some type of challenge of this sort. Whether it's you know, someone that works in the movies, someone that does music, someone that does sports, someone that probably works in the government or whatever. You know, somebody that probably landed a good job that made him a good amount of money. They face some type of negativity. It just goes with it, man. Yeah, you know, you're not just gonna go through life thinking that, okay, you're rich and nothing happens. It's just life. But so yeah, but good for them though. They're back on their feet. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy though. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal, Star Wars, and Star Trek. Thank for Dark Side. Go. Peace. Oh.